Hi everyone! Today we're heading back to the Odessa Flea Market. But there's one problem. I arrived just before closing time. Many of the sellers are already packing up and we don't have much time left. Normally, this would be the moment to turn around and head home. But there's one interesting thing about coming late. As the market is winding down, sellers are usually much more willing to negotiate. The trick is finding something interesting before they disappear. And the first good find appears just a few minutes later, a Slava. Yes, it's missing the winding stem, but just look at the case. For a watch of this age, the condition is excellent. After a proper restoration, it'll look completely different. Let's keep moving. I spot another table covered with watches. The first thing I notice is a Poljot, but it's a modern Russian-made model. I don't buy those. Next to it is a beautiful Slava. There's also a Molnia pocket watch with Odessa engraved on the dial. Interesting, but I'll pass on it today. This seller almost always asks way too much for his watches. Even though I'm walking faster than usual, half the sellers have already gone home. The rest are just about to start packing up. But strangely enough, this is often when the most unexpected finds appear. And here's another one, a Vostok Komandirsky with an airplane on the dial. The strap is torn, but that's not a problem at all. The case can be polished, and if necessary, I can always replace it. Either way, this watch has plenty of potential. The price? Just $10. What do you think? Would you have bought it? Let's keep going. Of course, the best watches usually show up early in the morning, but I've always believed one thing. If a watch is meant to end up in your collection, it will. A few minutes later, I spot two women's Slava watches. It looks like they were hardly ever worn. They probably spent years sitting in a box and picked up only a few light scratches. Other than that, they're almost like new. The price is $10 each, gold-plated. And here's the interesting part. Not long ago, I saw this exact model selling in Ukraine for nearly $90. A few years ago, I barely paid any attention to watches like these. Sometimes I even sent them off to be melted down for scrap. Now, their prices are becoming a very pleasant surprise. The next watch is a Swatch. Unfortunately, it's in rough condition. There's no guarantee it even works. Next to it are several cheap copies. Nothing worth buying. So, we keep moving. By now, the market is almost empty, but I'm not giving up yet. Just a few minutes later, another interesting watch appears, a Slava tank. It's in really nice condition. Most of the ones I find are heavily worn. This one has survived much better than most. The price is $12. What do you think? Was it worth buying? Then something catches my eye. And this time, it isn't a watch. Behind the table sits a beautifully hand-carved backgammon set, completely handmade. The seller is asking $500 for it. Expensive? Maybe. But when you look at the craftsmanship, the price starts to make a lot more sense. In the end, it's only worth what someone is willing to pay. Now let's get back to the watches. The next find is another Vostok Komandirsky. At first glance, something doesn't look right. Most likely, the movement has rotated inside the case along with the dial. The winding stem is missing. But the most important part? The dial itself is in great condition. And the price? Only $4. Sometimes a single good dial is enough to justify buying an entire watch. So this one is coming home with me. Let's keep going. I have a feeling today's market still has a few surprises left. A few rows later, I spot some unusual Apela desk clocks. Swiss-made, probably from the 1960s. They're absolutely beautiful. You don't see pieces like these very often anymore. The seller is asking $50. What do you think? Fair price or too expensive? A little farther down, I come across a few G-Shocks. To be honest, that's not really my area. I've never seriously collected them, so I wouldn't feel confident telling an original from a really good fake. I'd rather not take the risk. Right next to them is a cheap Longines copy. We'll skip that one completely. Then, unexpectedly, I spot a beautiful ladies' Seiko. Just look at that deep navy blue dial. It looks fantastic. And the price? Only $5. What do you think about this find? Let me know in the comments. I honestly don't know why, but I still keep buying beautiful women's watches. Maybe I just can't walk away from a good deal. At this point, I've accumulated an entire box full of them. Probably 300, maybe even 400 watches. Just a few steps later, I notice another interesting piece, an Orient, a really beautiful dial. After a proper restoration, this watch is going to look incredible. The price is $25. I was just about ready to leave when I stopped at the very last kiosk. That's when I noticed one more interesting watch sitting on the table, a Citizen with a moon phase calendar, a really beautiful watch. The price was $20. And that was the end of the first flea market. But I wasn't ready to head home just yet. There's another flea market in Odessa that I sometimes visit. The sellers there usually stay open a little longer, so I decided to take a chance and head over. Let's see, maybe today's best find is still waiting for us there. The second flea market was definitely busier. There were more people around, but even here, many of the sellers had already started packing up. Time was running out. The first watches I spotted were more fake Rolexes. I skipped those immediately. Next to them were a few inexpensive Chinese ladies' watches. Nothing interesting there either. Then suddenly, something much better caught my eye. A Casio Edifice. Now that's a completely different story. Just look at this watch. Yes, the bezel has some wear, and the bracelet isn't original, but those are only minor issues. The watch itself has a lot of potential. The price was $20. What do you think? Would you have bought it? It's large, solid, and I think it'll make a great restoration project. Just a few minutes later, I found something that really made me smile. A Poljot alarm. The dial has definitely seen better days. Most likely, I'll have to replace it. But the movement is far more interesting than the cosmetics. The price? Just $7. What would you do? Keep the original dial or replace it with a better one? Let me know in the comments. The next find was just as interesting, a vintage Sportivne watch. It features 17 jewels, a center seconds hand, and a hacking function. You don't come across models like this very often. All it really needs is a better dial, and it'll look fantastic again. The price was $10. What do you think? Good buy or not? I don't visit this flea market very often, but whenever I'm here, I always stop by a nearby secondhand shop that buys and sells just about everything. That's where I occasionally find real surprises. Unfortunately, not today. Nothing interesting this time. Just outside the shop, another watch caught my eye, an Orient. Yes, the crown isn't original, but that's not a major issue. The watch isn't running. Still, the price is only $12. For a good restoration project, that's a very tempting deal. And finally, one last pleasant surprise was waiting for me. A woman was selling a lady's Timex right from a blanket on the ground. It looks like it's gold-plated. It isn't running either, but the price? Only $4. What do you think about this one? Personally, I don't think I could have walked away for that price. And with that, today's watch hunt came to an end. It wasn't the most successful flea market I've ever visited. After all, I arrived much later than I normally do, and many of the sellers had already packed up and gone home. But even in that short amount of time, I managed to find several really interesting watches that will soon be heading to my watchmaker for restoration. Now I'd love to hear from you. Which watch from today's finds was your favorite? And which one would you definitely add to your own collection? Be sure to let me know in the comments. Next time, I'll get here much earlier, and hopefully we'll discover even more hidden treasures. If you enjoy flea market adventures, vintage watches, and watching forgotten timepieces come back to life, make sure to subscribe to the channel. There are plenty more flea markets, restoration projects, and rare finds coming soon. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.